Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Welcome, Martin.
Hi, Sashni.
Now, can you tell us about DRDGold expecting half-year earnings a share to rocket nearly sevenfold?
Can you believe it? Nearly sevenfold. I mean, this is just an indication of how the gold price is just rocketing because big investors and small investors just want to get their hands on gold. And it is good for South Africa at this point in time, but it could have been much bigger if we had done more with our gold mines. And I'm sure everybody's regretting that at the moment. But you can see a company like DRDGold, which actually mines dumps and has a lower risk environment and a better margin environment. They are looking to rocketing very, very high. But all the gold companies are reporting astounding earnings. And one can see the gold price coming down a little bit. That's how it is. You know, there is a bit of volatility. But you'll find that when the gold price settles again, it's going to be at a higher level because of all the Reserve Bank actions that have been taking place, the negative interest rates, the fact that people are printing money, which creates greater debt. And so gold is going to be very, very strong. And I wish more people would get active in South Africa because what we need is with our existing gold mines, we need now to plunge into new areas. We need to turn those resources into reserves on existing mines. There's still time later to do, exploration. But in the meantime, I think people should take action, particularly on the dumps as well. I see a company coming in from Australia. They'll speak to us in November about, their plans for doing surface mining. And this is exactly what DRDGold has perfected. And of course, DRDGold is now controlled in terms of shareholding by Sibanye-Stillwater. So it's coming in well with all the precious metals mining companies.
And Master Drilling is aligning itself with the transitioning global requirement of opencast mines going underground. Can you just unpack that for us?
They said the world is changing. And I noticed that when I was in South America last year. There was a situation where there were protesters saying, how can you dig this big hole in the ground in an area that is environmentally sensitive? And the mines immediately said, okay, we'll go underground. We'll go underground and we'll cover this up. So that is what Master Drilling is finding. The world is changing. People are less tolerant about holes in the ground. And the mines are changing their plans and saying, in environmentally sensitive areas, let's tunnel underground. From quite a distance, they normally do that. So they come in very unobtrusively. People don't even know they're there. And what Master Drilling has perfected is, cost-efficient drilling to get to the ore bodies in a very efficient way. So they see a lot of demand coming up in a changing world where people are very environmentally conscious and mines to hide themselves will need to go underground to do what they have to do. And they'll probably do it in a far more environmentally friendly way in order to not disturb people around there, because people protest at the drop of a hat these days all over the world, and they don't want you to destroy the environment.
And lastly, policy certainty is needed to get the best out of the country's mining sector.
And this is policy certainty. This isn't big expenditure at all. This is politicians and businesses coming around chatting, and then the politicians creating certainties on pieces of paper which they sign. It's not a difficult thing. And you wonder why South Africa is still not moving ahead. And again, we picked up from presentations this week that there are stumbling blocks. Although the Department of Minerals is not going to appeal this case on once empowered, always empowered, there are all sorts of other renewal situations that are holding people back. And I'm absolutely astounded. Companies are coming in and saying all other mining jurisdictions are pumping at the moment because they had been doing pre-planning. All their exploration activities are coming together. Their mine expansions are coming together. Everybody's ready to invest. Whereas this just the opposite in this mining jurisdiction, which used to be the biggest in the world. We've really lost it. We just got no momentum. And everybody you speak to, they say, oh, we're doing well elsewhere in Africa. We're doing well in Canada. We're doing well in Australia, where it's pumping. A lot of them are saying, we're even doing well in Russia. They're going into Russia. So particularly those in mining services. But what we need now is certainty. Get that legislative certainty in place, which is not difficult. And then it's still going to take a long time before your investment comes through, which is very sad. But don't change that legislation. Once you've put it in place, don't change it, because the lead time is great. And we've got to learn that lesson, that mining can really do very well for this country. It can be good environmentally, because the consciousness of mines towards environmental issues now big. Can do well socially. You can see all the mines, when they talk about communities and how they can help the communities. And mines are good at governance. They check that things are not dealt with in an irregular manner. So, and all of them are enforcing that ESG quite strongly. So I think it's time for the government now just to create that certainty. And I think then we'll immediately go ahead with expansions, the expansions that can be done quickly. You can go below current infrastructure, you can get down to a lower level quickly, and you can produce quite a lot, particularly of gold and platinum, which is really two metals that we need to concentrate on, particularly the gold at the moment, because it's in such demand around the world.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. And don't forget to listen to the audio version of our Mining Weekly daily email newsletter.